Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you see the slides?
Hare Krishna. Sridhar Prabhu, can you start?
Yes, Prabhu, we can start. Hare Krishna.
Tani koti dito. Tani koti, ar tani kuchino.
Can you start?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, please. Hare Krishna.
Can you?
Sure. Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Good morning to everybody. This is my first day doing this one verse a day program. Okay, let's take the blessings of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Gaurnitai, Parshuram, Vamana, presiding deities of ISKCON Seshadri Puram, who are blessing us every day from the comfort of our homes. Prabhu, can you move the slide to the verse? Next slide. We'll say our prayers for the day. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitanena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namahom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We are doing the verses of the first chapter, observing the armies of the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And today's verse will be verse 1.10. We have seen previously that, when after assembling in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna asked Krishna to take him to the first thing they did was they blew their conch shells. We saw all the various people blowing their conch shells. First the Bhīṣma and then the others on the Kaurava side blew the conch shells. And it was a very big roaring sound. Later, the Krishna and the Pāṇḍavas blew their conch shells. That was even louder. And it was so loud, it almost shattered the hearts of the enemies, the Kaurava side. After having blown their conch shells, Duryodhana, he wants to motivate the soldiers and generals on his side. And he has been telling various things which are good about his army in order to boost the confidence and morale of his soldiers. And in that line, we are seeing this verse. Sridhar Prabhu, I read the verse.
Yes, Prabhu. You can read the verse. And
aparyāptaṁ tada asmākaṁ balaṁ bhīṣmābhirakṣitam praptam tvam idam eteṣāṁ balaṁ bhīmābhirakṣitam. What is the translation of this verse in English? Our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by Grandfather Bhīṣma, whereas the strength of the Pāṇḍavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. Duryodhana has been saying that, what is the greatness of our army and why he is supremely confident that he is going to win. All demoniac natured people are like this. They always feel they are powerful, they are perfect, and they will win. And he has got his logic behind it. What does he say? He's comparing both the armies here. And he's saying that on our side, we are protected by our grandfather Bhīṣma, who is the general of our army. But just see what the Pāṇḍavas have on their side. They have a very limited kind of a personality. That person is Bhima. Their army is protected by Bhima. Why is he trying to make this comparison? He always thinks that Bhima is all only strength and he has got no sort of real actual intelligence which Bhishma has got. If we see both of this, and also he is supremely confident because his army is very big as compared to the army of the Pandavas. The Pandavas have only what you can call in those times Akshohinis, the numbers 218,000 odd people in this one Akshohini Sainya. They have only 7 Akshohini Sainyas. 7 into 2 lakh, around close to 14-15 lakhs army. Whereas Duryodhana side there is 11 Akshohini Sainyas, and it also includes the great army of the Yadavas, Krishna's army of Narayani Sena also. That is also one of the reasons he is supremely confident. 11 Akshohini Sainya, 2 lakhs means almost 23-24 lakhs plus kind of army he has got. So he is like supremely confident also. And another reason is this Bhīṣma and Bhima comparison. Bhīṣma he is not an ordinary personality. He is one of the Vasus. The Vasus, one of them would be given the idea that they should steal the cow of sage, one of the sages, with Nandini cow, which will give all of the things which are required. When they go and search, the sage comes to know about it, and he curses all of the Vasus that you should be taking birth as humans. You don't deserve to be in this position. They all fall to their feet and say it is the idea of the 8th Vasu, and only because of his idea and this planning that we try to do this. So then they'll say, okay, fine, all of you be born, but after you are born, immediately you will die and get back to your positions. But because he is the 8th Vasu, is been responsible for this particular act, he will stay a little bit on the earth and he will suffer. And they were all go to Mother Ganga and request that they be their mother, and that is how all the Vasus are born to Ganga. Ganga marries Pandu, and she would have put a condition that whatever I do, you should never ask any questions. And it so happens that whenever a baby is born, son is born, she would actually leave them in the Ganga immediately. This great king is very grieved in life that all his kids, one of the greatest things, one of the most important things for the king is to have progeny, his next in line of succession. But here is not, his wife Ganga is actually leaving all of the babies in the Ganges, and he first stops himself from asking any questions because that is one of our conditions. But later, when the 8th son is born, he stops her and says, "Why? How can you do this to me? My most important possession in my life is going to be my sons, but you are killing each one of them. Can you please tell me why you are doing this?" And then she narrates this entire story, and then she says, "I will give you the son, but when he becomes big." So then Ganga takes the son and goes away. That is how Bhīṣma is Gangaputra also. And then Gangaputra is not an ordinary person. He has been educated by many rishis. Sage Vashishta, he is educating him in all the Vedas, and in the art of warfare. He is trained by none other than Parashurama. Parashurama is no one but by the Lord's incarnation himself. So Bhishma is not and Markandeya Muni, he is giving him another school of knowledge. He on Niti Shastras, Bhishma is instructed by Shukacharya. So very great sages have given all their trainings, and Indra has given him all the celestial weapons. Okay, so that is the greatness of Bhishma, which Duryodhana is actually sort of indirectly, without saying that, he's saying he is protected. Our army is protected by Bhishma. You don't have to worry. Whereas Bhima, he sees Bhima is just an comparatively very limited. He's been trained by only one person. He's been trained by, by Balarama. Balarama is the person who trains the Bhima and both Duryodhana in the Gada Yuddha warfare. That's that particular stream. They also know other things, but more importantly, they are specialized in the mace, Gada. And he's been trained by only Balaram. Balaram is like, he is the teacher who is there, who is Krishna's brother. So he feels that, Bhima has got very limited capabilities. But Bhima is also not ordinary person. He is a Vayaputra himself. And when in childhood days of these people being together and playing in Hastināpura, this Duryodhana and brothers would have actually poisoned a kheer, paisam, kheer of which, and invited Duryodhana to have that kheer. After having that kheer, Duryodhana would have actually sort of fainted away, and they will put him in the river and dump him in the river literally. And Duryodhana goes down and he reaches Nagaloka, the land of the serpents, and there these Nagas will catch him and they will go take him to their king, Takshaka. And then Takshaka asks, "Who are you? How come you have come here?" Bhima says, "I am from Hastināpura, prince, son of Kunti and Pandu." Takshaka is actually very happy because they will become relatives. Then Takshaka, all the serpents would have initially bitten Bhima. In that way, poison kills poison. All the poison also would have come out, which these people Duryodhana had given would have got out of his body. And then they say, they give milk to Bhima in Nagaloka, and they say each bowl of this milk, so they'll give him 10 bowls and say contains strength of 1,000 elephants. If you drink this milk, then you will become as powerful as 1,000 elephants from one bowl. What does Bhima do? When his 10 bowls of milk are kept in front of him, he drinks all the 10 bowls. And that way, Bhima's strength is equal to 10,000 elephants. And this, Duryodhana doesn't know. But Duryodhana knows that Bhima is very, very powerful. They would have already fought him a couple of times. And then, so he is thinking that, whatever happens, Bhishma is much, much better. And he's very, very confident that they will win the war. That is why he is making this comparison between the two of them, two of the important personalities, and trying to motivate the morale of his side. We have reached 7 o'clock. Prabhu, Sridhar Prabhu, we'll stop now.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.